Hello everyone, today's special guest is Matt Smith. Matt is here to tell us about an approach to stammering that has helped his speech. In fact, according to Matt, the stammerless method has improved his speech by 90%. Hello Matt and welcome to the show.
Hello Gloria.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you've stammered since childhood, so perhaps you should start there.
Well, I can't remember when my stammer started. I remember stammering when I was 7, and basically from then on.
What was that like?
Difficult. I felt like I was in a boat on an ocean without any oars. I had no control over my speech. I didn't know when I would stammer, and that was stressful. I changed words that were too difficult to say, for easier ones. I lived with a lot of shame, embarrassment and anger.
That sounds so difficult. I suppose speech is something most of us take for granted. Do you have any stories that could illustrate what it was like for you? I'm sure the audience will understand if it's something you prefer not to talk about.
I remember a time when I went to my local fish shop and couldn't say the word fish, so my dad ended up with a pie. He wasn't very happy, and from then on I had to go shopping with a list. To see kids younger than yourself ordering something while you have a list is hard.
But now things have changed. In fact, I've hardly heard you stammer at all.
Things have changed. I no longer consider myself an out-of-control stammerer. I'm a recovering stammerer. I still stammer, but my speech has improved so much. It's not out of control anymore.
So, what happened? What techniques did you use to change the way you speak in such a dramatic fashion?
Well, you guess the first big shift happened when I started using costal breathing. You take in a deep costal breath from your costal diaphragm, the largest part of your diaphragm. The in-breath is fast and the out-breath a little deeper and slower when you speak. In fact, you can imagine the words coming from the center of your chest or a heart center. It really anchors your speech.
So, you take a deep breath and speak a little deeper. I can understand how that would help. I feel more centered when I speak a little deeper. What did you do next?
Well, there are assertiveness techniques such as pausing and breaking the sentence up, rather than saying it all at once. Speaking at your own pace. Voluntary stammering, and something that has helped my speech a great deal, EFT or emotional freedom technique.
Yes, I've heard of that. Isn't that the tapping thing?
Yes, that's right. It is that tapping thing, and it has helped my speech no end. When you feel stressed about your speech, when emotions come up like anger, guilt and shame, you tap.
And you're qualified in that, right?
Yes, I'm a qualified EFT therapist.
Is EFT something you can learn and do at home?
You can. EFT is really effective, and for some reason people think it's a quick fix technique. It can get to core issues really quickly, but it's a complete therapy in itself. So, even though you can use EFT on yourself in a basic way, it's better to give a qualified EFT therapist a call.
So what does EFT involve?
You tap with your fingertips on energy points, while repeating how you feel about the issue you are working on. Einstein discovered that we are all made of energy. The more we tap, the more uncover how we really feel about our speech, and we release negative emotions. By accepting our issue instead of fighting it, we send a signal to the brain that it's okay to let it go, at its core.
Wow, amazing stuff and very inspiring. I think it's wonderful. So many people who stammer can now get the help they need using this method. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you to our very special guest Matt Smith, and the website is stammerless.com.
Yes, that's right.
A big thank you to Matt Smith.
Thank you, Gloria.